TTC.
You've got to go.
TTC.
TTC is go.
LPS. Go. Flight.
Flight is go.
Mala. Personnel on 212, verify ready to resume the count. Go for launch. Say go or no go. OTC.
Go.
TBC.
You've got to go.
TTC.
TTC is go.
LPS. Go. Flight.
Flight is go.
Mala. Personnel on 212, verify ready to resume the count. Go for launch. Say go or no go. OTC.
Go.
TBC.
You've got to go.
TTC.
TTC is go.
LPS. Go. Flight.
Flight is go.
Mala. Personnel on 212, verify ready to resume the count. Go for launch. Say go or no go. OTC.
Go.
TBC.
You've got to go.
TTC.
TTC is go.
LPS. Go. Flight.
Flight is go.
Mala. Personnel on 212, verify ready to resume the count. Go for launch. Say go or no go. OTC.
Go.
TBC.
You've got to go.
TTC.
TTC is go.
LPS. Go. Flight.
Flight is go.
Mala. Personnel on 212, verify ready to resume the count. Go for launch. Say go or no go. OTC.
Go.
TBC.
You've got to go.
TTC.
TTC is go.
LPS. Go. Flight.
Flight is go.
Mala. Personnel on 212, verify ready to resume the count. Go for launch. Say go or no go. OTC.
Go.
TBC.
You've got to go.
TTC.
TTC is go.
LPS. Go. Flight.
Flight is go.
Mala. Personnel on 212, verify ready to resume the count. Go for launch. Say go or no go. OTC.
Go.
TBC.
You've got to go.
TTC.
TTC is go.
LPS. Go. Flight.
Flight is go.
Mala. Personnel on 212, verify ready to resume the count. Go for launch. Say go or no go. OTC.
Go.
Personnel on 212, verify ready to resume the count. Go for launch. Say go or no go. OTC.
Go.
TBC.
You've got to go.
TTC.
TTC is go.
LPS. Go. Flight.
Flight is go.
Mala.
You know, I had no intentions, right, of doing a live version of this series, right? Or rather, a live streamed episode of this series. I was hoping that with Hot Takes, the series that I started on YouTube, would be exclusive to YouTube. Right? That's what I thought. But no, we're doing this tonight. Because if it was just like one thing, I wouldn't even be doing this stream. But nah, we're gonna get opinionated tonight. And well, the internet's pretty famous for a lot of that crap, isn't it? A lot of the I hate that thing, and I hate that they're doing this thing, and everything is wrong with the world, and everything's terrible, and why won't you listen to me, ex Raccoon Fan 52? And then you hear, you could hear it. It's, I don't know. But when you mess with my childhood video game series and not announce anything new for years, up until what, maybe the last year or so, when we got the Peacock series, which is great, by the way. You should go watch the first season of Twisted Metal on Peacock. It's actually just pretty fucking good. But when you do this shit of a live service game, why? Why? No one asked for this. Why? So, welcome to Hot Takes, the series that I originally started on YouTube, where I rant and complain about stuff. Fun fact, I used to have an old ranting series back on my old YouTube channel called Ranting with CS. Had about one season, and it was about me in terrible Windows Movie Maker as a teenager, ranting about stuff that bothered me. And they're as cringe as you'd probably think they are. Complete with terrible JPEG quality images and the works. So yeah. Also, as a plot twist, we're actually streaming this on Twitter as well too, not just Twitch and YouTube. So I guess I should add a bunch of hashtags to this, maybe. I don't know. I should have probably added. I don't know if there's a way to do it on like a live post or a live stream with Twitter. I guess I could do this. Give me one sec. I don't know how this will work, so bear with me, because I don't normally stream on Twitter. I normally stream on just Twitch, YouTube, and sometimes Facebook. So I guess you're just supposed to do this. We'll see if that works. I guess the algorithm will let me know that does anything. Or, God forbid, in Facebook's case, if it violates the terms and community guidelines because it's considered spam. Like, even though, yeah, sure, I see many content creators and people post and spam hashtags like it's nothing because, God forbid, that's the culture that we have promoting stuff, but that's a rant for another day. All right. Let's do this. Even though I don't want to. I'm going to check one thing real quick. I'm going to make sure my audio levels are good. Hello, me in the current. Say something. Okay, no, it doesn't echo. Yay! All right, good. Hi. So, anyhow, welcome to the stream. So let's talk about this. So, and also I need to call my friend back after I'm done streaming because he called me earlier and I forgot to call him back because I was busy today. I'm sorry if you're watching this. So, I think you are. Maybe you are. I don't know. Anyhow, so let's just get the comparatively smaller rant out of the way first. Oh, there he is. He popped up in chat. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do one better. I'm going to see. Hang on. This is how you know you're a professional streamer, is by trying to talk in like 3 different chats. So no one can ever say, oh no, I don't interact with my community during chats. So, anyhow, so I guess let's get started on the first rant. Oh, no, he's gonna join me. Cool. Yay! Cool. I'm gonna hop on Discord. So, lobby. There we go. Renji, if you're hearing this, jump into my Discord. I'm in the lobby chat. There you go. So, you'll see me. You will hopefully see me. That means I've got to tweak. I've got to tweak my audio. Yay. Add sources. Audio output. Yes. Friends. Add source. Blah. Alright, it's unmuted. Now we just gotta wait until he shows up. There he is. Hello. Here, keep saying something for just a minute. Keep going.
I will keep going because I am fighting the good fight in this far-off galaxy that no one really understands, except when it comes to one thing. Actually, no, make that 2 things. 1, for democracy, and 2, kill them bugs.
Fair enough. Also, your audio is good. All right, cool. Everyone can hear you. All right. So, first rant. Let's do this. Also, random surprise guest, my good friend Renji Man. So, anyhow, so Wendys.
Oh no, not Wendys.
So Renji knows.
What do you do now?
Right. Okay. Renji knows this, and a lot of the community, or a lot of my friends outside of like the streaming community know this. I love Wendys. Wendys is just like my jam when it comes to fast food burgers. Like, I absolutely despise and hate McDonald's 100%. I think it is just the devil's foot. You can at me all you want on social media. Um,
See, that's me with Burger King.
I think Burger King is just okay. There are some things I like at Burger King. There are some things I don't like. Burger King is one of the few places, fast food wise, that I can actually get an Impossible Patty, which is really nice. So, but there are some things that are kind of hit and miss. Wendy's, though, God tier. One of the best fast food chains, arguably, hands down. At least in America. I can't say for like outside of the country. But Wendy's is getting some flack because, and this is where the smaller rant comes in first. So recently they've announced that they are testing surge pricing when it comes to delivery orders, or when it comes to like placing orders on the app, probably for like pickup or delivery. I'm assuming it's just for delivery. But essentially what this is for those who are not familiar with the concept, sometimes what will happen specifically with like say Lyft or Uber is if you're trying to go somewhere, if the rides are really busy or there's very few cars out on the road, Lyft or Uber will charge you extra to get you a ride because it's really busy. Like there's very few drivers on the road, so they have to compensate that by getting the people that are already driving around more money incentivized to come and pick your ass up, right? So Uber and Lyft charges a bit more, the drivers get a little bit more, and you pay more out of your pocket. So sometimes in the past, delivery places like with food, like DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Postmates, fuck, I'm forgetting one, Seamless, yeah, if that's still around, they too have done surge pricing in the past, kind of experimental here and there depending on cities and stuff, where essentially you order fucking, I don't know, a sandwich with chips and a drink, and what should only cost you, I don't know, $10 with delivery or tax, so maybe 12, would cost you now like $25 or like $20, which is kind of stupid. So, but look, go ahead.
No, it just sucks because I used to really enjoy the Taco of Bells, and now I can't order my favorite burrito for less than $5.
The grilled cheese burrito?
Yes.
It's a good burrito. You would have been really happy with today's Tuesday drop. So.
Yeah. But I was playing me new game most of the day, and I went on a decent walk earlier.
Well, there you go. So, so why is this a big stink? Well, fast food chains are typically not known for doing their own like surge charges, right? This is the first that a fast food chain has ever actually done something like this. Most fast food chains, if they offer delivery, like again, Taco Bell, KFC, Burger King, McDonald's, I'm gonna say Arby's, Whataburger, they charge a fixed rate for delivery and whatever else you order off the menu. And obviously the benefit of ordering directly from these companies on their apps or websites versus DoorDash or Uber or whatever is that you are incentivized with better, more exclusive deals and offers and rewards and loyalty programs catered to say, that particular fast food thing. So an example would be, I've been ordering Taco Bell off their app. And one of the promos that I happened to had recently was, if you ordered breakfast, you got a $0 delivery fee. Cool. That saves me like $6. I'll go order some breakfast and have it delivered for free. Exactly. But Wendy's is deciding, hey, our burgers are so popular and so juicy and so fresh that if our restaurants get too busy cooking burgers, we're going to charge extra for surge pricing for our burgers. Or, I guess, whatever you're ordering, so a Frosty or a chicken sandwich or a salad. So, here's where the backlash comes in.
Yeah. Huge backlash.
Wendy's is able to control how much they charge for surge pricing, because they say it's going to be depending on what city you live in, which is a problem, because places like LA, Tulsa, Chicago, New York, like New York City, let's say Detroit in Chicago, anywhere in Vegas, really, you're going to be paying way more due to inflation plus the surge charges just to get a fucking burger. That's a little too much. And inflation is already bad enough as it is. And yes, this is not the conversation you thought this was going to be happening on this episode, but it's bad enough that most people, when they want to treat themselves, are already being victimized and shamed into going out to eat or seeing a movie or, even just going to a concert or a comedy club or a show because of how high prices are. And because most of our money that any of us make, even in people in the middle class or working lower class or even lower beyond that, are already being stretched thinly to the dollar because of the fact that most jobs don't pay $15 an hour still. If not, they pay less.
Yep.
So, treating yourself, especially in an area that you know you're not going to be able to do that often, just to have a little tiny sliver of dopamine, can't even be done. And look, yes, I'm overreacting maybe a little bit, but surge charges are different when it comes to something like Lyft or Uber, because as I explained earlier, the drivers get more, Uber or Lyft charges more, you're paying a little more out of pocket because there's not that many drivers on the road. Granted, if Lyft or Uber, actually took care of their drivers and treated them more like actual employees and paid them better, we wouldn't have this situation. But again, that's another episode for another day. Common sense is lacking in this timeline, as you can tell. That's the problem. Is, even the 2 cents, metaphorically and physically, that I am valuing this opinion on the internet means little to nothing. Because these companies aren't gonna listen. They're not gonna give a flying fucking shit. So, oh yeah, by the way, be warned, YouTube and Twitter, during this series, I curse a lot more, so I'm sorry if your little virgin ears are gonna bleed to death. but
My ears are just gonna bleed just from the volume.
I am sorry.
Yeah, my volume was a little bit turned up.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Regardless.
You think I'd be used to it by now?
Yeah, being one of my best friends and all, I'm sorry. Point is, Wendy's, this is a bad idea. This is a really bad idea. I understand that this is only in the test markets and in certain cities right now, and it's just an experimental phase. But if you're really going to do this, only do it for, like, you know, certain big day events. So, like, think like Super Bowl Sunday, Independence Day, I don't know, National Burger Day, or you know, something, whatever the tens of thousands of food-related holidays we have now. Something like that. But to do this year-round, people are going to be less incentivized to order from your restaurant. The consumer is not going to be happy about that. And on top of that, even with your current offers on the app, most of those offers, while they do, yes, work for delivery orders, you're still going to be spending at least close to, in some cities, bare minimum, $15 just to make the delivery worth it, or more. That's an hour's worth of work that's just gone for some people. Again, living wages are a problem too. So, Wendy's, can you not? That's all I ask. Just hold off on this one. Now, real quick, based on what you heard from what I've said, Renji, what's your thoughts?
I honestly don't know, to be 100% honest, because I don't typically go fast food places anymore.
But when
Or at
you
least-
did,
I always just liked going into the restaurant, so maybe, granted, before I say anything, I'm not defending them. Maybe this is their way of getting people actually physically into the restaurant rather than doing the difficult orders through apps that are 50-50 shot if they'll actually go through correctly.
you know what? That's a fair point. And also, you know you're allowed to have your own opinion and defend, right? So,
I don't know.
that's a fair point too. With the rate of how many mishaps happen during delivery orders, especially more often than not, either it being the restaurant's fault, the delivery driver's fault, or yes, in some cases, even the consumer's fault, there needs to be a better open line of transparency and communication between ordering the product, making the product, and receiving the product. And I'm sorry, but if you're going to charge me double, if not triple prices for a Dave's single and a soda, then yeah, I'd rather walk to my nearest Wendy's or take the bus to my nearest Wendy's and just do that. So, convenience be damned. Now, onto the medium size rant. This one's going to be a little bit lengthier.
All right, let me prepare my democracy pants.
You have democracy pants?
I have democracy pants.
What color are they?
Black.
Ooh, dark and neutral. I like it. Anyhow, so recently, and by recently, I think even today, there was a announcement made, or not even an announcement, but rather an email and a blog post that was sent out from PlayStation. Which, look, as a lot of you know, I'm a big PlayStation guy. Yes, I know. I'm a big PlayStation guy. PlayStation's been my bread and butter for a while. So, but I've... What's up?
A while.
A while. It's not a big deal. But just because I'm really big fans of something and I have a really big loyalty to certain brands does not mean they're not free from judgment and ridicule just as much as anyone else. So, with that in mind, we are going to switch over to the reactions tab. And I'm going to basically read off with you guys the email. And give me a moment because I got to, set it all up and fix it and make it look nice and pretty. There we go. Difficult news. There we go. Okay. So, it is with sad tidings that Sony Interactive Entertainment had to announce as of this morning that there were layoffs with a lot of their workforce and a lot of their multiple divisions. From Sony Interactive Entertainment themselves, this is the newsroom post that they have directly on the Sony Interactive blog, if you will. I am going to try and read as much of this as possible, but I'm not going to read like all of it. I'm going to do like bullet points. The PlayStation community means everything to us, so I felt it was important to update you on a difficult day at our company. We have made the extremely hard decision to announce our plan to commence a reduction of our overall headcount globally by about 8%, or roughly 900 people, subject to local law and consultant processes and stuff. Employees across the globe, including our studios, are sadly impacted. These are incredibly talented people who have been part of our process, and we are very grateful for their contributions. However, the industry has changed immensely. We need to future-ready ourselves to set the business up for what lies ahead. We need to deliver on expectations from developers and gamers and continue to propel future technology towards gaming. So, we took a step back to ensure we set up a community. We are to set up and continue bringing the best gaming experiences to the community. And obviously it mentions up below as a copy of the email. Now, a lot of these are specifically teams, while some of them in the United States, some of them are also impacted across Japan, across the UK, and across London, and across a few other places. Several PlayStation studios were impacted and affected by this massive layoff. There will be impact for employees across all SIE regions, aka Sony Interactive Entertainment. That includes Americas, the EMEA, Japan, and APAC, and a few other regions. For those specifically, in the US, all impacted employees will be notified as of today. In the UK, though, here's where it's getting a little dicey. The PlayStation European studios will close entirely. So meaning that any production that was done at the European side is just done. Just flat out, just canceled, done. There will also be reductions in Fire Sprite Studio. Now, Fire Sprite Studio was a company that was doing a lot of a mixed bag of stuff between live service games, upcoming projects. They've done some story-driven stuff. They've done a lot. And in addition to that, many functions and many reductions will also be done with Sony Interactive Entertainment across the UK. In addition to that, there's also been more changes happening towards their divisions in Japan and in other countries as well too. Now, where does this lead into? So, there are multiple articles and multiple resources about what was canceled, what was being worked on, so forth. However, PlayStation Studios was recently tinkering around with multiplayer games, specifically live service games. Some of you may know this, including what was a canceled Last of Us Part 2 project called Factions, which was going to be a live service multiplayer extension of Last of Us Part 2. That was canceled. There's going to be a fantasy-based live service multiplayer game that has now been canceled. There's going to be an action shooter game from Firesprite that's been canceled. And one of the biggest news that broke out today that nobody knew about, there is going to be a Twisted Metal live service multiplayer game. And guess what's been fucking canceled? Yeah. Not fun. Not fun. Not fun at all. Not fun at all. So. On top of that, I guess Insomniac had something in plans. Guerrilla Games had something involving Horizon that they were going to do. Yeah. So there's a lot of news and speculation going on with this. Now, the reason why this is happening, and I'm even pulling up a article from Bloomberg, if it'll let me read it, but I have to make an account. I don't want to do that. Fine. No, thank you, Bloomberg. Point is, despite some recent circulation going on, the Twisted Metal live service multiplayer game was not even close to release. The game itself was actually in early development and wasn't even greenlit yet. So, cool. Right? No harm, no foul. It was more in like the pitching process, if you will. Here's where the rant comes in, if I may. Let me go back to my screen. Why is it difficult for companies to just take a formula that already works, it's already fine, that has no issues, that people love, and not fuck with it? It's getting annoying. Really annoying.
Does money?
Fuck money. As you can tell, I am a very big Twisted Metal fan. I own a plushie. I own one of those expensive ass pop figures. I own posters even that are somewhere around this room. I own some of the games still physically. I own a lot of the games digitally. Twisted Metal is a series that I am very passionate about because it's just fun, chaotic, arcade style car violence. Nothing more. Nothing less. That's all it is. And look, it's obviously pretty bad because the series creator, David Jaffe, last I checked, I don't think was even involved with the project or even knew much about the project, I guess. Or if he did, someone at Sony probably told him and they were like, hey, heads up, we're pitching a thing. Who knows? But we have not been given anything new with Twisted Metal for years, up until recently. And that was just the Peacock series. Which, by the way, again, go watch it. First season's out on Peacock. It's absolutely fantastic. Go watch it.
Peacock? You mean that wonderful streaming service brought to you by, I don't care.
How much you want to bet that would be the name of an actual movie? I don't know, I don't care.
No, I think that's just the current minds of executive producers.
Probably.
If you want to change this about the movie, I don't care.
I don't know, I don't care. So, fans, including myself, have been rallying for a brand new Twisted Metal game for years. Years! And the last Twisted Metal game that we got was on the PlayStation 3. That was a while ago. Like
just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit. I cannot believe it. It's been a while. So, yeah, let me even do this real quick. When did the game come out? When did the game come out? Boop. Da 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 da. 2012. It has been, ironically enough, 12 years since a brand new Twisted Metal game. 12 years. And here was the thing. Sony, I don't know if you remembered this, but you guys actually already did live online multiplayer with Twisted Metal before. Twice even. The 2012 game, which actually worked pretty well. I remember playing the live online multiplayer for that game for hours on end and having a ton of fun.
You even dragged me into it a few times.
I even dragged him into it a few times, and a few friends, back when we all gamed on the PS3. And believe it or not, you actually did this once before. For you old school Twisted Metal heads, Twisted Metal Black actually had two versions that you can buy. The standard version, which was just the game itself, not a big deal. But there was a second version you could buy that had an online mode, but you had to have the Ethernet adapter for the PS2 and connect it to the back of your console and connect it to your internet in order to play it. Yeah. That was the thing. So why am I upset? Because you're telling me that in the span of 12 fucking years...
Oh.
I'm sorry for making your ears bleed.
Again.
I'm sorry.
I get you like the passion, but can you tone down the voice?
Fine.
Trust me, I get it. As a lover of Devil May Cry, it took me years to get the sequel I have been wanting.
Right.
So trust me, I get it.
You get it. Hell, Uncle Al gets it because he's been clamoring for years for a brand new Donkey Kong game. And we've been getting a bunch of brand new Donkey Kong stuff, except a brand new game. Why? And no, I'm not counting that GBA remaster of Mario versus Donkey Kong. That's not a new game. That's a reskinned remaster that Nintendo decided, hey, remember this really kind of okay, like, Game Boy Advance game we made years ago of Mario and Donkey Kong involving toys? Let's put a new coat of paint on that, resell that for $50 and call it a day.
Nah. There's only one game that suffered from that more than any other game. Resident Evil 4. And Skyrim.
Okay. Skyrim re-releases on every single console every single year. There is no escaping Skyrim.
They're just delaying the inevitable. There will never be Elder Scrolls 6.
Again, a rant for another day. Point is this. It should not have taken 12 years to come up with a concept for a new Twisted Metal game as something as simple and fun and chaotic and bloodthirsty and just absolutely death-defying carnivorous carnage as that game. Because the concept and the idea and the structure is so simple. To come up with one idea to be a live service online multiplayer game. Now, look, online multiplayer for something like Twisted Metal can work. That is not the issue. But when we're in a day and age where every single IP is a live service, gotcha filled, season pass, XP loot grinding, give me your parents' credit card right now, microtransaction, DLC, hullapalooza. We don't need it to be a Twisted Metal. It already happened to Crash Bandicoot twice. Oh yeah, I still remember when people got upset about Crash Team Racing having microtransactions in DLC. And I certainly know for a fact that they did it with Crash Team Rumble, because I knew it was going to happen. But really, guys, just make a new Twisted Metal in the vein of the old games. Hell, I even have a perfect idea for you. Make a proper sequel to the 2012 game. Just continue the storyline for that. Or hell, go even and do a sequel to Twisted Metal Black. Or just hell, even do a brand new Twisted Metal with brand new characters. Just completely a brand new crew of characters, right? Look, as bold as that is, and as much as I love Sweet Tooth and Calypso and a lot of the other characters.
And Christmas Morning.
It would be really refreshing to see a brand new cast of characters in a brand new Twisted Metal series. And you could even do sort of like a soft reboot if you wanted. Have Calypso still be there, or have someone similar to Calypso be there. Make it like Calypso's, great ancestor or something, and just be like, boom, done. The tournament's back on, the wishes are still being granted, it's obviously still a monkey's paw situation, you got...
Hear me out on this one.
Okay, listening.
Twisted Metal, but with, instead of vehicles, dinosaurs.
No.
Ah.
No.
Dinosaurs make everything better.
We don't need twisted dinosaurs. Although I'm sure someone on the internet community or online will make a mod of that. So, you guys know what to do. Twisted dinosaurs. Anyhow. you could even do just a simple continuation or brand new game. Just make it an old school arcade car combat shooter and add some very basic online multiplayer. That's it. Just very basic. No, you don't need an overabundance of microtransactions. You don't need all this extra DLC. You don't need to add brand new paid levels and brand new paid characters and exclusive skin packs. If you buy a Slim Jim, you gotta get the code off of a Slim Jim in order to get exclusive skin for Bellhop 52's exclusive car skin. No. Just simple. It's not that difficult. Also, the other reason why I'm upset about this too is because, are you telling me that I had to find out about a new Twisted Metal game via a blog post and via multiple online forums and back and forths and really just people on Twitter? Really? You couldn't come out and just say, hey, here's all the games that are being canceled. Goodbye. No transparency from these big companies. So, PlayStation, while I am really sorry that these layoffs are happening, I'm really sorry that people are losing their jobs. And I'm really, really sorry that people are going to have to find work elsewhere. It does suck. It really does. Layoffs are not fun. I will tell you this, though. It's not fun because these are concepts and IPs that you already own, that you could easily just revamp and just give a coat of paint and do something fun. It's annoying. I don't know. Renji, what would you want to see in a new Twisted Metal game other than dinosaurs?
Twisted Metal crossover with Transformers.
Okay, so more crossovers.
Yeah,
That would be interesting.
but alongside the characters we already know and like from Twisted Metal, they're fighting alongside either the Decepticons or the Autobots.
So crossovers with other car franchises, basically.
Or even better, actually. It's still crossover type idea, but any character from whether it be comic, movie, other video games, anything that revolved around cars or a character revolving around it, like just for example, Ghost Rider.
Mm-hmm.
Bring them in as guest characters.
See, that would require a lot of licensing and
Well,
money
no,
and IP, but yeah.
I know. I'm not saying it's not going to be difficult,
But still.
Would you want to see Ghost Rider take on Optimus Prime?
I would like to see Ghost Rider take on Optimus Prime. Maybe Death Battle could do it. So.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Like I said, it's just an idea. Since I'm not really huge, I wasn't huge into the cute car combat scene, or I should just say Twisted Metal. The most I got in terms of car combat was, what was the game called? My Little Beetle Racing.
Weird.
From the N64 era.
Okay. I've never heard of that one.
It's literally just a game that Volkswagen put out on the N64. Just think Need for Speed, but with Volkswagen Beetles.
My Beetle Racing?
Yeah.
Beetle Racing or Beetle Adventure Racing?
Yeah, like I said, I don't quote me on the name because that's all I remember is just Volkswagen Beetle and racing.
Okay, so it's called Beetle Adventure Racing. And it was 1999 on the N64. Huh. Ironically, made by EA.
Believe it or not, back in the day, EA actually made decent games.
Yeah. I mean, look, again, conversation for another day, but it's kind of hit or miss of EA. Yeah, look. The point is this. I shouldn't have to have found out all these canceled games till the last second. And my heart goes out to all the people that lost their jobs today, and I hope they find more work. But Sony, I love you, Sony. Come on, Sony. You're telling me you had 12 years and you couldn't come up with an idea? Like, do better. Do better. Do better. Also, what's up?
It's that Michael Jordan meme. Get some help. Get a Big Mac.
Get a bit back. Do better. Also, I do want to point out one quick thing before we go to a intermission, because the last rant is going to be the lengthiest of them all, and it's going to be talking about animation. But I want to point something out too. It's pretty clear that Twisted Metal has been on the back burner in terms of like an IP for a while. Because otherwise, we wouldn't have heard about the Peacock series, and that wouldn't have come out. Hell, that's actually getting renewed for a season 2. So, or it got renewed, but now they're in the early, like, pitch meeting portion, the scripting, if you will. They're coming up with ideas. So it's not like it's not a successful franchise. That's not the issue. But guys, really? You could have done better. You could have done better with coming up with a new game. This is something we've been wanting. Just like how we've been wanting a new Sly Cooper, a new Spyro game, a new Simon filter, even a new Jet Moto would be fun. PlayStation keeps...
Jet Moto.
Jet Moto was a waveboard racing game, or a jet ski racing game, if you will. Hell, a new Wipeout would be nice. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale 2. Because, fighting games are all the rage. The ideas are there. Just...
Hell, a new Capcom fighting game that's not Street Fighter.
That's not... Again, it's not Street Fighter. So...
Not specifically Street Fighter. Nothing against Street Fighter, but Capcom.
Come on.
Make Capcom All-Stars.
Tell you what.
You have enough characters.
Tell you what. Here's what I'm going to let you do, Renji. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut to intermission. During the intermission, I want you to pitch to the internet Capcom All-Stars.
I'll do my best.
Alright, give me 1 sec. Because I got to add you as an audio source on the BRB screen.
Fighting some bugs.
Oh no, it takes less than like a second. I'm going to lower the volume on the BRB theme so it's nice and smooth. I'm going to crank you up a little bit. So if you're subscribed on Twitch, congratulations. You get some bonus commentary. If you're watching this on YouTube or Twitter, this is an incentive for you to go subscribe to me on Twitch. This is one of the normal perks that you get if you're subbed. So you should use your Prime and go do that. So, anyhow, bonus commentary from Renji Man pitching Capcom All-Stars starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, and a meow.
Okay. Picture this. Monster Hunter fighting alongside, let's just say, Dante or Arthur. Actually, yeah, Arthur. We need a new god. We need a new one of those games with him. Bye. And he's old enough he can get the what's that skeleton medieval dude? I can't remember his name. No. Okay, getting off track. Capcom. You got the character roster. You got Monster Hunter. You got Devil May Cry. You got Street Fighter. Heck, you got this now new Exo Primal. You can bring in a couple dinosaurs or two. Again, dinosaurs. Well, other Capcom franchises. There's lots of them. Hell, even Commando. Bionic Commando. Thank you. Sorry, my brain was screwed up there. Just imagine. Marvel vs. Capcom type fighting, but with strictly just Capcom characters. In a brand new Capcom. I'm saying Capcom too much. I'm a huge fan of Capcom. They have a huge roster of characters. And some of them are keeping them afloat, some of them are not. Whether it be through decisions in the background, or just stretching out too far, whether it may be. The money will come with Capcom characters. Devil May Cry, Street Fighter, by Jesus, Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter fans would probably support it. I'm not good at pitching ideas, internet. Let's just say that. I just need a new, brand new IP with Capcom. Or a redo of a Devil May Cry game with, as much as I love Dante, new characters. And not just DMC Devil May Cry, aka Emo Dante. Or Death Metal Dante, however you want to call it. But, picture it. Dante, in all his fabulous glory as the announcement.
Alright, time's up.
Thank heavens.
Yeah.
I was terrible.
Well, I gave you 3 minutes.
I did not.
You did not pitch a good game.
I just said Capcom and list of characters. Did not list what the gameplay will be. Just all Capcom characters.
You didn't pitch the concept. You didn't pitch how it works. You didn't pitch any fighting styles, game mechanics.
I just Capcom, listen, money will come. Oh, Mega Man. I can't believe I forgot Mega Man.
You forgot the boy.
I forgot the boy.
You forgot the boy. I'm sad. If Brandtendo was here, he'd be very upset and disappointed. He'd be like, you forgot the boy.
I didn't play a whole lot of Mega Man games. My very first Capcom game was Street Fighter.
Look, you need to play some Mega Man.
I've played some Mega Man. I'm not saying I'm not a fan of Mega Man. I'm just not big into it as some of our friends are.
Fair
like,
enough.
AKA Hardzack.
Fair enough. All right, folks. Let me chew on my snacks real quick, and then we're gonna get to the last rant. I'm gonna mute myself while I chew, cause, you know.
Just 1400 short, darn. I could get the laser cannon.
Yes, clear laser cannons. Anyhow, you mentioned laser cannons.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised you haven't tried to ask what game I'm playing, but I'm pretty sure I gave you a huge hint.
Laser cannons.
Hmm?
Laser cannons.
No, democracy.
Democracy and laser cannons.
You're not guessing.
I'm thinking!
Guess harder.
Democracy and laser cannons. Fallout?
Nope.
Prototype.
Nope.
No Man's Sky.
I'll give you a hint. It came out a week ago.
Oh, Helldivers.
There you go.
I still need to play the second one. I haven't gotten it yet.
I've been playing it a good portion of the day.
Real quick, how is it?
America.
America.
It's honestly really fun.
I've been told by coworkers and friends and people online that I need to play it. Plus, it's on PC too, so. Hey, listen, if any of you want to hook a brother up with some cash for a copy of Helldivers 2, I'll play it on stream.
And plus, it's really cheap.
How cheap is it?
$40.
It's not great, but not terrible. So
Better than most of the prices.
that's true. You know what else would be nice, though? Speaking of money and democracy, you know, Warner Brothers would sure be able to make a lot of money if they what's the word? Actually put out good movies.
I think it's just good enough for like anyone.
Yeah, you know,
Not rehash and sequel.
Yeah. And you know, putting out original concepts, original ideas. You know, maybe since Warner Brothers used to be one of the biggest leading companies and pioneering animation, you would think that Warner Brothers would have this really big animation catalog, right? I mean, everyone grew up on Hanna-Barbera, Looney Tunes, a lot of these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Renji, what was your favorite, just out of curiosity, what was your favorite Looney Tunes character growing up?
Daffy Duck.
Daffy Duck?
Actually, nope. Not Daffy. He'd be number 2. Number 1, 100% the Coyote.
So your favorite was Coyote?
Yep, he was my favorite.
And all the wacky antics that he dealt with the Acme Corporation and trying to catch that pesky Roadrunner?
Yep.
And even some of the occasional cartoons where he actually had to chase and capture Bugs Bunny?
With the occasional Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. Or, his we'll just call him cousin, Ralph, involving the sheepdog and capturing sheep.
Yippers.
Yeah. Would you say that you're a big Coyote fan?
I am a big Coyote fan.
Okay. All right. Cool. So I don't then I guess I will approach this rant very differently from what I initially planned. Renji,
Yes.
let me get your involvement with this for a moment. And I know you're fighting off hordes of space aliens defending democracy, and in another
At this time,
timeline,
I'm fighting space robots.
fighting space robots and defending democracy for Earth, which, as a multiverse traveler, I appreciate.
I am defending democracy for the good old planet of Super Earth.
Oh yeah. Anyhow, well, so Renji,
Yes.
how excited would you be if there was a brand new movie dedicated to your favorite Coyote?
I'd be majorly excited.
Cool. And what if I told you that this movie in particular was in the works for quite some time?
I would say you had me at hello.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm with you so far. Now, have you ever wondered about the Acme Corporation? The people that sell Wile E. Coyote all these gadgets to try and catch the Roadrunner.
I'd be okay.
No, but I'm asking, have you ever wondered about the Acme Corporation?
Not really.
Okay. What if I told you that the Acme Corporation was actually intentionally sabotaging the Coyote's attempts to catch the Roadrunner?
Like,
Deliberately delivering and sending them faulty products.
I'd be a little angry.
Okay. And I know I'm sounding like a survey here, so I do apologize, but I'm doing this as an actual bit. So,
I was about to say, are you being paid by the Acme Corporation?
No, I am not. This stream is not affiliated or endorsed anyway by the Acme Corporation and their affiliates, LLC TM. If they
But
exist.
it's brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow. No, I kid. I'm not doing that. But now, how would you feel if this particular movie involving the Coyote versus Acme was a hybrid of the best parts of Space Jam and Looney Tunes Back in Action, kind of like in the same style of it, like the original Space Jam? How would you feel?
I was about to say, original or LeBron?
The original, like in the style of the original Space Jam and Looney Tunes Back in Action. How would you feel about it?
Be all right with it.
Okay. There'd be obviously, cartoon animation, 3D animation, 2D animation, and obviously there'd be actors and stuff too, and a plot, but
Yeah.
think of it as almost like a hybrid Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but with Wile E. Coyote. Does this sound pretty cool to you?
So far.
Sound like a good movie?
So far.
Cool. Now, last question, and just be honest. Would you pay money to see this movie in theaters?
I wouldn't be able to throw my card fast enough.
So you would go see this, right? To actually go see a full-length Looney Tunes style animation movie with the Coyote taking on the Acme Corporation.
Yes, I would.
Cool, it's been canceled for a tax write-off.
And now I must burn WB to the ground.
Or so we thought. So,
Stop toying with my emotions, buddy.
I know, this is a very complex situation. So, welcome to the final rant. First off, I'm gonna to quote the famous Eric Bauza, if you will. I'm just gonna do this real quick if I can still find. I wonder if it's still in trending. I wonder if it's still trending. It could still be trending. It is no longer trending, but you know what? I will do this. Here we go. Yes, in order to quote Eric Bauza, the current voice actor of one of the many Looney Tunes characters, I hate to be political, but release Coyote versus Acme. Coyote versus Acme is a movie that was to exist at some point. It is a movie that essentially the plot itself was going to be about Wile E. Coyote, after many unsuccessful attempts and years of trying to catch the Roadrunner, was an live action and animated legal comedy film. Basically in the same style as, again, the original Space Jam, and in the style of, like, Looney Tunes Back in Action. It was written by Sammy Birch and directed by Mr. Guardians himself, James Gunn, who served as a producer. So, you know this movie is going to be good if James Gunn's involved. The film is based on the titular character, Wile E. Coyote, super genius, in the Acme Corporation. And essentially, the movie was going to be about how every product made by the Acme Corporation has either blown up, malfunctioned, or backfired in the face of Wile E. Coyote in the pursuit of the Roadrunner. But then, a down-and-out billboard shows the light to Coyote, and a human attorney who would have represented Wile E. Coyote. Wile E. Coyote was going to sue the Acme Corporation and attempt to actually win the court case against the Acme Corporation for essentially intentionally sending faulty products, defective products, messing with the Coyote, failing his attempts to capture the Roadrunner. And in between all this, a growing friendship would bond between Wile E. Coyote and his lawyer, along with various other cast of Looney Tunes characters and actors and actresses and people. So, and his lawyer's motive was yet to be determined in order to win the court case. And it pits them against the imitating boss of Wile E. Coyote's former lawyer law firm, who now represents Acme. It's going to have a really good cast, too. Will Forte was going to play Wile E's lawyer. John Cena was going to play one of the lawyers for the Acme Corporation. A few other people were going to get involved, including various voice actors. And additionally, longtime Looney Tunes voice actor Eric Bauza, who was going to voice several of the Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies characters throughout the film. And even Dave Green confirmed that many of the Looney Tunes characters outside of Coyote himself would also have significant supporting roles and cameos throughout the film. Development started back in August 2018. I want you to think about that, Renji man.
Mm-hmm.
2018. Oh, and one more thing. One of the directors of the Lego Batman movie was also going to be helping produce and write the script for this film. And a lot of people like the Lego movie.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people, me included.
And you like the Lego Batman movie?
I like the Lego Batman movie. It was funny. It was heartfelt. It was Will Arnett as Batman.
And there was chicken parm. A lot of chicken parm.
Yes, there was. Lots of chicken parm. And lobster.
And lobster. So, yeah, there's a lot of big names attached to this. There's a lot of history behind it. December 2019, about mid-December 2019, the Warner Animation Group hired Dave Green to direct the live-action/animated hybrid film. And a few people were swapped around for screenwriters, but, some people remained producers and so forth. But in December 2020, one of the people left the project. And other people left their producing roles and, left the other projects as well, too, to work on other stuff. Along with a departure of other people, including Jeremy Slater, James Gunn, Sammy Birch, so forth. But they eventually came back to the project. Along with the departure of some of the people, including McKay themselves, it was reported that the film drew inspiration from, ironically enough, a fictional 1990s New Yorker article of the same name, kind of poking fun at some history. And even one of the editors of the film, I'm mispronouncing this, so I apologize, Karsten Kurpanik described the film story as a David versus Goliath story that tackles the Wile E. Coyote's persistence in the face of the Acme Corporation, complete with jabs at cynical and, casual cruelness of capitalism and corporate greed. Not so on the nose, huh? So, casting happened in February 2022. A lot of filming and production design started from March to May of 2022. The creative team even acknowledged Who Framed Roger Rabbit as a reference for the film's seamless live-action interactions with animated characters and the set pieces, because there was a lot of set pieces, such as the film's setting actually being filmed in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which was famously referenced by Mr. You-Know-Who Bugs Bunny and many of the other characters. There was a lot of great visual effects, animation, gags. It was going to be a lot of fun. Coyote vs. Acme was planned to be theatrically released in the United States on July 21st of last year. That didn't happen.
I was about to say, I'm about to hear it.
But instead, on April 26, 2022, a year prior, the studio indefinitely removed the film from its release schedule, replacing it with a certain very popular Mattel play toy that got her own movie. Can you guess who it is?
I'm assuming it revolves around a certain blonde.
It does involve around a certain blonde.
With every commercial, with her having such a stiff figure.
Mm-hmm. As you can tell, we're referencing Barbie. So,
Oh, no, I was referencing
well, yeah.
Ken.
But the initial cancellation then happened. On November 9th, 2023, Warner Brothers officials announced that the film was completed. It was done. Shot, filmed, edited, scripted down, animation's done, live action's done. It's all done. Film's completed. It's ready to be released to the public. Renji, are you sitting down for this?
I'm grabbing something, then I'll be sitting down.
I will wait till you sit down. I am a good friend.
Sitting down in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Okay. So as you heard, the film was completed, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how would you feel if a studio completed a film but never released it?
This is sounding a lot like Food Fight.
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Okay. So Warner Brothers Discovery announced that even though the film was completed in its entirety, that they would not release it because Warner Bros. Discovery preferred to claim a tax loss of about $30 million rather than release the film. And on top of that, the entire cast and crew, including editors, scripters, producers, storyboard artists, voice actors, animators, actresses and actresses, celebrities, nobody was informed of the decision until the film was completed.
So they essentially wasted all of their time.
Yep. And so the move, which is still going on to this day, by the way, drew criticism from filmmakers, animation outlets, talent representatives, and has even made its way to Congress. Yes, Congress. Like, actual, like, law, I don't want to say law-abiding and Congress in the same sentence, because that's it. Whew. But actual people in the Senate. Several filmmakers left angry phone calls with Warner Brothers, expressing their frustration at the move. Others have outright canceled meetings with the studio. Many noted that the film had drawn praise at test screenings and interest from potential buyers. And even test screening audiences who saw the film loved it, including two certain individuals who made a very popular animated Spidey film. You know, that Spidey film, that cast and crew. Phil Lord and Christopher Miller actually saw the film, and they loved it. And even director Dave Green reported that as an avid Looney Tunes fan, he voiced his disappointment over the film's cancellation. But then violence broke out on the internet.
I was about to say, there's more?
There's more!
You're becoming Billy Mays here, minus the crack.
Yeah, yeah. Huh. Forgot about that. Anyhow, so this all happened on November 9th of last year. A couple days later, on the 13th, multiple outlets reported that Warner Bros. Discovery and their leaders had reversed their decision and are now allowing the filmmakers the option to shop the film to other distributors. So, Deadline Hollywood reported that Amazon, MGM Studios, Apple Studios, and even Netflix were interested in buying distribution rights to the film. The Wrap even reported that despite interest from distributors to buy the film, there are currently no hard offers and that Green is crafting his own PR campaign. And then on December 8th, Deadline Hollywood further reported that the film had been screened to more studios, including Paramount Pictures and even Sony. And of these, Netflix and Paramount had made bids, with the latter including a theatrical component. Amazon was still interested, despite making no formal bids, and Sony and Apple were not planning to make bids, but they were supportive of the film. And then, on February 9th, 2024 of this year, The Wrap reported that Warner Bros. Discovery had rejected every bid from Netflix, Amazon, and Paramount. The company wanted $75 to $80 million to sell the film, but none of the distributors matched their price. And Warner Bros. Discovery rejected counterbids. The company considered shelving and deleting the film, which still remains in limbo to this day, and again claim it as a tax loss. But following their fourth earnings call, as of February 23rd, 2024, Warner Bros. Discovery took a $115 million write-down, while the film's fate has become unclear. So to this day, Renji, nobody knows if this film is going to be released or not. So
Until today?
no, that's it. We still don't know.
Oh. Okay, I was expecting this to end a while ago.
No. We're still very much in the dark.
Jeez.
So, Renji, let me ask you one more time. Would you see this film?
Oh, 100%.
Would you go to a movie theater and buy a ticket to see this film?
100%.
Would you consider buying or renting the film on any digital platforms if given the opportunity?
I would say at least buy it digitally.
You would at least buy it digitally.
I don't buy a whole lot of physical anymore.
Okay. So then, Renji, I said it earlier in the stream. Hashtag release Coyote versus Acme. It is now your turn. to say the thing.
What thing?
Release Coyote versus Acme.
Release Coyote versus Acme.
Well, a little more enthusiasm would be good.
I would, but a significant parent is in bed.
Okay. Point is, internet, we've had our ups and downs in the past. And I know. We've all debated to death about many things. But the reason why I went on a lengthy conversation about this is because we're at a point in the entertainment industry where companies, brands, networks, all these people can easily wipe out any of your favorite movies, animations, even concepts in the blink of an eye. Just like that. So, physical media, the reason why it's so important is because at the end of the day, you own a copy of that film to watch forever, till the end of time, until you turn to ash and float into the ether. Digital...
And Thanos out of existence.
Exactly. Digital releases, while good and all, the problem is, at the end of the day with digital copies, you don't exactly own all those digital copies if the platform or if the service that you're using it on goes down. We've seen it happen more than once now in the industry. It recently happened with Funimation and Crunchyroll, where apparently anything you bought off of Funimation or Crunchyroll or whatever is just going to be gone, and you'll have to rebuy it on the other service. We've seen it happen recently to people who bought movies digitally on their PlayStation, because Universal decided to say, haha, we're removing all these movies off your service. Bye. We've seen this happen more than once. And look, tax write-offs suck. Yes, sometimes maybe it might be a necessary evil to some of these big companies, but by doing so, you are selling all these assets to the government that the general public will never be able to see ever again. We know. We've been a victim of it. Even Renji here has been a victim of it, because a certain WB property that he loved as a kid, involving giant robots,
that have a car for a head,
no longer can be watched on any platform because of tax write-offs.
It's from afar. Sorry, I got the song in my head.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I love that show. It literally came out of left field, and I loved it.
It's a great show. Fantastic show, even. Great animation, great theme song, great characters. Gone forever in the ether. The animation community is already on fire and continues to be on fire for the past couple years, if not longer. Multiple animation layoffs, lots of companies trying to switch over and replace animators and storyboard artists and animatic animators with AI. Lots of companies rehashing the same IPs over and over and over again. It's terrible. Getting into animation is a dying medium right now because of how chaotic and absolutely maddening everything is. And unfortunately, even in some cases, video games. Even some of your favorites like, Twisted Metal. What haven't seen the light of day for 12 years up until recently with the series on Peacock, and what could have had a brand new game is also gone. So, to wrap up this episode of Hot Takes live, because I never thought I'd do one of these live, I ask you folks this. A change needs to happen in the world of entertainment. Obviously, physical representation and physical media is a dying medium. But the places and platforms and companies that host all these digital services for us to watch stuff on their streaming platforms are also dying, in a sense, and having issues. And, well, sailing the high seas isn't exactly as unfortunately easy to do anymore either, or worth tackling for legal issues and trouble. We need better representation for our media, for our entertainment. Because if we're stuck on this hellhole planet together, we might as well do something about the stuff we watch. I'm CrashMash01. This was my friend RenjiMan717.
Hello, and goodbye.
And I have one more thing to say before we end the stream. Renji, you might want to undo your earbuds or your mic for a sec.
Hang on just a sec.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Well, I don't want to yell in your ear.
I'm just saying, go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to say this as loudly and proudly as I can. Warner Brothers Discovery. I think it's within the best intentions and their best outcome to do us all solid. And release Coyote versus Acme, you fuckers! That is all. Goodbye.